Hello everyone and welcome back to Great Movie Fans YouTube channel. I'm Luke and today I'm bringing you those 5 quick movie reviews that I talked about in my update video that I just posted yesterday, October 18th. As I talked about in that video, I've not been able to post content over the last 2 weeks, but I have seen a lot of movies and I wanted to talk about the 5 movies that I saw between August and October. But I didn't want to post full-length reviews for any of these movies simply because none of them really warrant full in-depth reviews. I can pretty much get my thoughts out for each of them within 1 to 2 minutes at the most. So here we go. So the first movie that I saw was actually back in September, and that was Sully. And this movie is clearly Clint Eastwood and Tom Hanks' Oscar bait for this year. It looks and feels like Oscar bait, but it was a very well-made movie. The first act was very slow and hard to get through, but the second and third act of the movie are fantastic. The special effects and the visual effects of recreating the forced water landing that occurred on the Hudson is breathtaking. It gave me chills when I saw it. It was absolutely fantastic. Tom Hanks does a very good job, and if you're a fan of Clint Eastwood directing, Tom Hanks acting, or movies that are based on true stories, then I would recommend Sully. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. The next one that I saw was actually a movie that had already been, I think it was probably in its 7th or 8th week of release, and that was Pete's Dragon. I had gotten a free movie ticket, and I wanted to redeem it, and I was like, it's a matinee, I didn't have to go to work that day, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go see Pete's Dragon. And this is gonna sound so horrible, but I am glad that I did not pay full price for this movie, because Pete's Dragon is by far and away, in my opinion, the weakest of all of the live-action fairy tales that Disney has produced in the last 6 years. It doesn't have a plot. It doesn't have tension. All of the adult characters are one-dimensional, boring, and bland. And really the only saving grace of this entire movie is the sumptuous production design, the beautiful CGI effects to bring the character of Elliot the dragon to life, and the child actor who plays Pete. That's literally the only good thing about the movie. But it's just, it didn't warrant a remake. I've never even seen the original, and this movie doesn't even stand on its own. And that's really sad, because I love Disney, and I love all of their live-action fairy tales, but Pete's Dragon just was not my cup of tea. The third movie that I saw was Storks, the only animated movie on this list. And it was very good. It was charming, and it was goofy. It definitely has low-hanging fruit jokes that are just like, haha, that was funny. And then it has other jokes that will make you fall out of your seat laughing and crying. So it's a nice combination of both. There's child humor and there's adult humor. There's slapstick and then there's great one-liners. So it kept flip-flopping between these two. The animation is cute. The story is funny. And the voice work is stupendous, and points to Andy Samberg. Good job. The next one that I saw was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and I have to say, I have not read the book, but I really did thoroughly enjoy this, with the exception of 3 glaring problems. Number 1, the movie is way too long. I think that they were trying to cram way too much material into a movie. It was 2 hours. It felt like it was going on forever. And when your butt starts to go numb when you're sitting in the theater, you know that you've hit the point where the movie is too long. Number 2, all of the sequences that happen in the present day are so dull and so bland that it could barely hold my interest. And 3, the characters that Chris O'Dowd and Samuel L. Jackson play are so terrible that it really shot the mood of the movie. Chris O'Dowd plays Jake's father, and he's just a horrible, horrible character, written extremely poorly. And Samuel L. Jackson tries to play this threatening villain, and his performance is so bad it's laughable. I'm not joking. The great things about this movie is the gorgeous production design, The cast of children are fantastic. Asa Butterfield does a great job as Jake, but Ava Green as Miss Peregrine really steals the movie. She's so fantastic. And I have to say, I thought that this was a very good marriage between director and material. Tim Burton, he knew what he had, and he did a good job. Wasn't perfect, but he did a good job. And the final movie that I saw was The Shallows. I actually rented this on streaming because it came out, I think, back over summer. And it's that Blake Lively shark movie, and it is fantastic. This is one of the best movies I've seen all year. It's really, really fantastic. And I think that this is a movie that should be taught in film school. It's really, because it's so fantastic to have a simple concept work so effectively. You have a woman who is a medical student who wants to go back to the beach that her mother went to when she found out she was pregnant with her, and then gets attacked by a shark and has to survive basically 2 days on a rock, or like one night going into the next day, after having gotten bitten by a shark. And it's so fantastic. It's so simple. Blake Lively does an incredible job in her performance. Shout out to that amazing seagull that was her scene partner. And that shark was very, very menacing, very terrifying. It's like Jaws kicked up to the next level. The Shallows was great. So if I had to give a grade scale rating to each of these movies, I would say that Sully is a B teetering on B-. Pete's Dragon is a C bordering on C-. Storks is a solid B. Miss Peregrine's B+, A- range, and The Shallows is a solid A. So thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. Once again, I do apologize for the lack of content, but I promise November is going to be much bigger and better. More bigger movies coming out in November that I will review. Stay tuned. I might possibly be reviewing a couple more movies this month. Just stay with me here. Follow me on social media. The links are in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.